Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to Pan Society. I'm Laura Giles and I have a question from a viewer, and I'd like to show you how to use sovereignty and connection to solve questions. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. So looking at sovereignty and connection can help you to solve all types of problems. Now, the problem that this person wrote in with was, he says, my girlfriend brought some food over, didn't offer me any, should I be mad? Now, I know that's probably not something that most of us are dealing with, but you could still follow along with the process to see how you can use it for your issues. So the first thing we're going to look at is sovereignty. Well, no, let's back up. Let's go to the should. Should is, I don't know what to do with the should, because that implies that there's some judgment, there's a right and a wrong choice. So I think when you're asking a should question, what you really want to know is what is the best way to deal with this. And really it's up to you. So actually that is a sovereignty issue, and it's about what do I want? How do I want to lead my life? What are my values? And if it's not a sovereignty issue, if you're asking somebody to do some mind reading, maybe you need to head over to the intuitive reading pages and do that. So short of that, there's really not any mind reading. It's just kind of like choosing, what do I want to do? A or B? Take your pick, the best one. It's not a whole lot at stake usually. Most of the times it's not a life or death thing, so you can generally come back from stuff. So the other sovereignty piece is, so girlfriend has some food, she didn't offer you any. She doesn't have an obligation to. It's her food. She can do whatever she wants. And your feelings are yours. You can do whatever you want. So if you want to get mad, get mad. If you don't want to get mad, don't get mad. And, the question really could stop there. But let's go on to see the connection part, just to kind of show you how it works and to make sure that you're being kind of holistic about it, okay? So, girlfriend brings some food over, doesn't offer you any. Where's the connection in that? Well, one of the things that lots and lots of cultures, animist or not, have as one of their value systems is hospitality. So hospitality used to be offered because we depended upon other people for lots of things. So if you're traveling somewhere, you could only carry with you what you can hold. Most people didn't have horses. They're too expensive. And you can only go as far as you can walk. So if you're going to go long distance, you need to find a place to sleep. You need some food, and a lot of times you're going to be depending upon other people's kindness for that. So it's a way of survival. It's like, okay, I could be in this position, so I'm going to offer you hospitality. Another thing is, like for messengers, between kingdoms, between countries, when you would send a messenger, there is this assumption of hospitality because this guy's come all this way just to talk with you, to parlay with you, to negotiate with you. And if you don't like what he says and you're just like, well, I'm just going to kill you then you're not going to be able to negotiate very much. You're not going to be able to solve problems. So there was this idea that if you're under my roof, if I'm feeding you, then you're going to have safe passage. That was just kind of the unwritten, or maybe it was written, rule. If you watched Game of Thrones, you know what happened with the Red Wedding. That's another example of people were just horrified because these breaches in hospitality just didn't happen. You don't expect that. When somebody's hosting you, you expect to be well treated. And it wasn't just a thing between people. It was a thing of the gods made these expectations too. In Greek mythology, there's a story of a god, and I can't remember which one it was, sorry, who looked down at the people and like, oh my God, you guys are savages. Look at this. Am I just really not seeing this? I can't believe how you're acting. So he goes down and he's looking for hospitality. He cloaks himself in a disguise. People are turning him away. Finally, he gets to this old couple's house. They have nothing, and yet they come in and they offer him whatever they have. And he just destroys everybody except for the old couple, who he rewards with all kinds of riches and things. So these are the kind of things that show you how important it is. If it's showing up in mythology and your God is punishing you for this thing, you know it's really super important. It's kind of a way of connecting with people. I'm nice to you, you're nice to me. So if girlfriend is not offering you hospitality, you might think, is this the kind of person that I want to be with? Does she have the values that I want in a partner? Now, let's back it up because we don't want to assume. The other thing is, let's say that you are not the kind of person who gives gratitude. So she's given to you, given to you, given to you, you never say thanks. You're sitting there with an errant expectation, well, you just need to wait on me. You know, that's kind of makes a difference. The details matter. So, you know, you have to look at everything, keep it holistic, and be fair to everybody. And in that way, you can make a decision, you know, oh, maybe I did the wrong thing. Maybe she's just trying to say, you know what? I don't want to play that game anymore. Provide for yourself. You don't provide for me. If this is the way it's going to be, then it's tit for tat. So, you know, you got to look at the situation. But that's kind of how sovereignty and connection works. When it's sovereignty, it's just about me. What do I want? Do I have enough to share? Am I good with sharing? Do I value sharing? And connection is how's the best way to create connection between people. Because you don't want to just be all in it for you. I mean, you do have to survive. You're an important creature, but so is everyone else. You have to nurture your community. So hopefully that was helpful. If it was, please hit the like button, share, subscribe. It does help us to promote our channel. And thanks for being here. See you on the next video. Ciao.